Hello, my dear Max friends. We are back today with a new interview. As most of you already know, MAXinterview started a collaboration with the DMC Maximize Events Group, who has 7 own offices in Spain and long-time cooperation partners in Bilbao and on the Canary Islands. Today, we will meet with their local partner on the Canary Islands called inSuite, and we'll have a conversation with Mauricio Alemán, who is in Gran Canaria and is managing partner since year 2010. More than 10 years working with professionalism, seriousness, and innovation, and always with the initial idea of the client as a starting point. inSuite is a small agency of 5 team members working on tailor-made projects in the Canary Islands, mainly in Gran Canaria, Tenerife, and Lanzarote. Hello, Mauricio.
Hi, Lisa. How are you?
I'm fine. And you?
Fine.
Great. It's so nice to see you again and get to know your DMC inSuite a little bit better. So let's start with the interview.
Thanks.
So in summer 2010, and after a decade of international experience acquired both in contracting companies as in hotels and event agencies, inSuite was born as an innovative option in the market of corporate events in the Canary Islands. Please tell us a little bit more of how it all started.
Well, it started a little bit, unknown, let's say, because as you said, I was working. My first time in the industry was in the hotel industry, and then in some final clients in the marketing department. And my last period was in Starwood Hotels in the Sheraton in Gran Canaria, working for groups and events. And there, I decided that I wanted to try to work in a little more open space and with more services, not only the ones of the hotel. And that's why I get to freelance first of all, work in every island, and then a little bit later, we started in 2010 as inSuite Events as an agency, and then more and more with more stuff. So it was not really willing to be an agency. It was more how it happened. No, it was a little bit with the time. It became from a freelance to an agency, and now we are 5 people working on it. So now it's after 10 years, it's kind of a project which is settled. No?
Okay, well, that's life. I mean, life sometimes takes us, step by step to different experiences, and so that's life. I would like to know, how did your cooperation start with Maximize Events Group?
With Maximize with Marcos and Juan Miguel, it was quite from the very beginning. When we started, we were in the main trade fairs in IMAX and IBTM. And we had some providers who were working with both of us. And one of them told us, listen, I have an agency in the Canary Islands and I have an agency in Balearics. At this point, Maximize was only in the Balearics, which are quite similar. You have more or less the same way of treating the client, of putting the point on the service quality and all this kind of stuff. I think it would be nice to meet each other. And they put us together, or he put us together. And since then, it will be, I guess, 2012, perhaps, so 10 years ago, something like that,
hey.
where I met Marcos and Juan Miguel and Maximize. And since then, we are cooperating. Well, they are obviously much bigger and they have much more. They are wider in Spain. But we feel very, very comfortable with them.
Yes, it's great. I think it's so important to find like-minded people and companies when you collaborate that have similar philosophy and similar way of doing and working. I know that inSuite operates in all major Canary Islands as Gran Canaria, Tenerife, and Lanzarote. Why should a Scandinavian company choose the Canary Islands for the next event?
Well, now that winter is over, probably you will know why. No, normally it's more of a climate and temperature, of course, which is our probably of the most important strengths we have in the Canary Islands. But not only, we have obviously we have an average temperature of 23 degrees, and this is all the year round. But we have lots of possibilities in every island. It's a good thing to have 7 or 8 different islands in the Canary Islands. Is you have 8 different possibilities to do different events. That means if you come to Gran Canaria and you know Gran Canaria offers some points which are regarding landscape, regarding water sports, which are very important. But if you go to Tenerife, you have the most visited national park in Europe, which is the Tailor National Park, where you can do wonderful stargazing because of the sky of the Canary Islands is one of the most important ones for that. Or if you go to Lanzarote, you have all the heritage of Cesar Manrique, and you have all the the National Park of Timanfaya, Vulcanos. So it's kind of having 7 different destinations, 5 hours flight from the Scandinavian countries. So it's and with an average temperature of 23 degrees. So at the end, I think it's a very near destination where you can do lots of different things in a very nice climate and atmosphere.
I agree. That's totally true. And also in February, we had the opportunity to show some Scandinavian agencies the beautiful island of Gran Canaria. What was your impression from that educational trip, and why are fan trips still so important?
Well, I think fan trips are now more important than ever, because we come from 2 years where we couldn't travel, no? And lots of the destinations have changed. They have done things in the last 2 years in order to show different things and to refresh the mind of the people who perhaps won't be there for, I don't know, 5 or 10 years. And in the farm trip you are telling, we had people who were last time in Gran Canaria 20 years ago, you know? And there's a big difference between what they saw, what they remembered, and what we can offer right now. No? So farm trips are, I think, a very nice idea to show in detail and to experience the destinations, so that they can sell it better in origin, no, in the country.
Yes. Country. I also think that sometimes many people have been to Canary Islands for a holiday, but it's not the same going on a vacation and seeing the island from that perspective. Absolutely. Than visiting it with the view of organizing a corporate event, because then you will focus on other aspects.
Yeah, well, we try to show them the different places. Perhaps they have been, as you said, on vacation, but we try to show them these places. You can use them for other things as well, no? For your groups. You can do this or that, which perhaps you didn't really realize because you were lying under the sun. No? It's a different,
exactly.
A different way of experiencing the destination. So it's very important, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. What type of events do you usually organize with your clients, and how do you ensure the success of your event?
Mostly, as we are corporate focused, what we do most is either incentive trips or conventions. It depends. Whatever we do, we try always to give them a personalized touch of the event. Now, not only if we are talking about incentive trips and we want to do a team building, or for instance, if you want to see the National Park of Teide in Tenerife, but you think that the people might have been there in private trips, we try to make it as a private visit with the stargazing, as we said, at night, seeing the sunset from the highest point in Spain, which is the Teide, with over or nearly 4,000 meters. So we try to use, because as we are islands, we have, what we have, and probably you have been there, as you said before, in private trips, but we try to show it in another way and try to take the most interesting things as well for you as the client, or for the people who are joining the trip, so that they have a different view and a different experience. This is the main issue.
Okay. I know that inSuite is very committed with social corporate responsibility that includes economic and environmental and of course social environment sustainability as well. Tell us a bit more about your projects and how do you implement them in your MICE groups?
We have, well, yes, this is a personal aim, no, from myself, that we do need to do something regarding sustainability. Not only we, but also our clients have to. In general, all the society has to, and this is something we do personally, but also in inSuite. On one point, we know that we have to, or we can do things. We have started this year, last year, with a foundation trying to make reforestation activities, and our commitment is to every year to plant as many trees as events we have done the year before. That means we have started in February planting 40 trees in the place of Gran Canaria, and next February or next January, it depends, 2023, we will see how many events we have realized last year, or this year, 2022, and so many events we will plant on trees. This is one idea which we are committed personally as inSuite. And what we try to do with our clients is either propose activities in the program who helps either corporate responsibility or, let's say, environmental sustainability, or make them, let them know how much CO2 they have to produce to come to the islands, and how they can compensate this amount in the Canary Islands. It's for us very important that they know that if you do the event in the Canary Islands, you should compensate in the Canary Islands and not in any other place, because I mean, it's here where you are coming. No? So this is what we're trying to do. This is not something we can force the client to do, and we don't do it. We try only to let them know that we can offer it, and well, this is how we think we should work, and then everybody is obviously free to decide whatever they want.
I would like to know, since when do you work with Scandinavian clients, and why do you like to work with them?
We have focused with the northern countries. We are focused with, let's say, starting in Germany until Norway and Sweden. So this is our main client. We work with them since the very beginning, I would say. And it's always, let's say, not easy, but it's easier to work with them because we know them already. They know what they want in a very clear modus, and it works. It works. It's very straightforward. They are very open, talking about they have and what they want to do, and what they can spend. So it's kind. If you see the email contact we have with Scandinavian people, it's per project, it's under the average, and this is always good. It means that we don't have to talk too much in order to get to the point, you know, of what we need.
Yes, it's about efficiency, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
Yes, I agree. My last question is, can you feel the business coming back after COVID, after the pandemic?
For sure, for sure. I think this year it started last year actually, and then suddenly it stopped at the end of the year. But now I think we are back. So now we are working since let's say the end of January constantly. We have lots of projects which are coming in a short-term basis, which is, well, I guess next year it will be different. But this year it's quite kind of normal, let's say, regarding the projects we have and the sizes we have for after summer again groups of 300 or 400 people. That means big groups are coming back as well. And I'm pretty sure that next year we will have numbers which will be roughly 2019 again. Yeah.
Okay, that's very good to hear. In fact, whoever I talk with, I speak to the Scandinavian agencies, and they're all very, very busy now. They say that business is really, really booming because they have been, of course, 2 years without traveling, and they have already the money, but now they have even more, and they want to really meet again and have new experiences, because when you do an incentive trip, for example, it's also about creating experiences. And so I'm very, very happy to hear from everyone that business is really, really coming back for everyone.
Yeah, and I guess that perhaps destinations or long-term destinations like America, for instance, or Asia, perhaps they are still, perhaps they are not still 100%. So destinations like ours, like Canary Islands, which are 5 hours away, which are Europe, which are safe. I think this is the reason because we are booming right now in these years, because we are not so far away. We're still in Europe, and this is a very good option for the ones who haven't traveled for 2 years. No?
Exactly. Yes, that's really nice. Well, thank you so much, Mauricio. It was very interesting to talk to you, and that you could explain us more about your DMC inSuite, which operates exclusively in the Canary Islands. As you know, my mother was born in Gran Canaria, and therefore the Canary Islands have always a special place in my heart. I hope that event planners will remember this as a great destination all year around due to the mild climate and the warm temperature during the winter months. The Canary Islands have much more to offer than sun and beach. I was really impressed to see during our fam trip in Gran Canaria what the island has to offer for MICE groups, and I'm very happy to share this with our viewers. Okay. So is there anything that you would like to say at the end?
No, thank you very much. And well, you're always welcome, you know. And here we are. Any of the islands are suitable for what you want.
Exactly. Great. Well, so everybody who's watching, we will see you very soon with the new Max interview. So for now, thank you very much and goodbye.
Bye.